All right, this is Mr. Del Canton's overview of the writing unit, writing realistic fiction. I just want to go over where everyone should be at this point in the unit. This video was recorded on December 18th on Tuesday. And the following week, next week, I believe that next Friday, which is going to be December 11th, no, excuse me, December 18th, that is when student short story will be turned in. So I am on my Google Classroom right now. I'm under the unit for writing realistic fiction. I'm going to come back to the main page. So when you enter Google Classroom, here's the main page. Go to classwork, find the topic. They're all organized here. I know there's a lot of them, but they're all organized. Look for writing realistic fiction. The last assignment is posted first. So here's what was posted today. If you scroll down, I'm going to scroll fast just because you all have access to this. Here is the first session of the unit. This is back in October. So we're almost done. What I'm noticing, and the reason for this video is, students are not doing the work step by step, and now it's leading to students being confused and asking questions about work they should have done already. Here is session one. This is the teacher example that I made. I'm going to zoom out a bit so you can get a full look at it. Here are the directions. When this unit started, students were to pick 3 ideas. We called them blurbs that were going to get turned into a short story. Here was the next session, session 2. Again, students were to start brainstorming on one of those ideas. So they'd copy and paste down here below from session 1, and then go up top here and figure out what do they want to turn into a short story. And this is the teacher version. Students had access to their own version. Here's the next session we did work in. This is session 3. Students were to pick what blurb they were going to turn into the short story and then start fitting out the details. What's the setting going to be? Who are their characters going to be? What kind of dialogue might they use? And what are some things the characters are going to be? Here's writing session 4. At this point, this graphic organizer is to organize the blurb from the simple graphic organizers into something that resembles a short story now. So what's the beginning part of the story? What's the middle part of the story? What's the end part of the story? Here's session 4.3. With this, continuing from the last lesson, what's our goal or desire? And what's going to be the conflict, issue, or problem that needs to be solved? Here is session 6. This was the next unit the next session, that we were doing writing in. So at this point, for part 1, students can turn their story into one summary, a one-sentence summary. What this means is that if students can make a summary of their story in one sentence, they have a clear idea what's going to be about. So the work from here is now copied and pasted to part 2 down here, and now it's starting to resemble a short story. Some of the highlights some of the highlights are text and words that have been added or removed. So I have light purple and light pink here. Character arcs or story arcs. How is their story going to go? This shows the emotional beginning, middle, and end of the story. This helps with writing the story, so students know if their story is going to end on a good note or a bad note. And for today, this is blank because I didn't update it yet, but students were to continue working on their draft. just to go back to Google Classroom again, the last piece of evidence that is on Google Classroom, and it's right here, is it doesn't have a name per se, but it's from November 29th that it was posted. This is the checklist students are going to look at as they're doing their writing. So it shows each of the categories that are going to appear on the rubric. They will be graded on at the end of this unit. And again, I apologize for going fast, but this is already on Google Classroom and I have reviewed this in class already with students. Look through this, see where you are. A big issue I noticed is that students are not proofreading. They're not looking at their spelling, grammar, punctuation, and sentence structure. That's often the last thing students skip. Look through the rest of this. What are you doing in your writing? Make sure you stay on top of it. It's going to negatively affect your grade if you don't do it. I hope this helped and use this to keep yourself on track. Obviously, reach out to me either during class or in Class Dojo if you have any questions. Have a good day.